And guess who's running for the bus, but also who asked for a letter of recommendation, and the attending said, I would love to do that for you because you were just so amazing. It's your last day. Come here, give me a hug. And I'm just like, thank you so much. First one to arrive. What's my password? They told me my clinic started at 8. Starts at 8:20. So I'm 35 minutes early. Great. Wow. Got 7 patients. Let's see. Yes, prenatal pap smear. Oh, another prenatal. Physical exam, follow-up. Cool. I'm gonna quickly pre-chart and then probably go to study. I need some hand sanitizer though. It's outside, it's dirty. From early arrivals to late dismissals, it's another 6 p.m. in clinic time, but y'all, it was great. Hold on. Well, I low-key should have applied my sunscreen before I got out here, and I'm high-key about to do it right now because my skin, y'all. Protect y'all's faces, protect your skin. All right, now I gotta get this together, Lord. All right, and I just checked the bus schedule, and it don't come for another 10 minutes, so we got a little bit of time to talk. So let's see if you get this lighting good. The best I could do. So I was in resident clinic in the morning and then with an attending in the afternoon. Had a few prenatal visits, different trimesters from like the first trimester to mainly the third, and knowing the frequency of visits. So in the first 2 trimesters, it's really going to be you come every 4 weeks. And then once you hit around 28, 30 weeks, you come every 2 weeks. And then I believe it's at 28 weeks, actually, you come every 2 weeks. And then at 36 weeks, you're going to come every week until you deliver that baby. Full term is 38 to 40. And after 41 weeks, we going to start talking about inducing labor. At the end of the day, oh, okay. I don't understand how people music be so loud and it's not a disturbance, because like I'm disturbed. How's not disturbing you? I low-key want to go stand closer to the bus stop because if I miss this bus, I'll be mad. Okay, but let me just make this fast. I went and ate lunch with my friend Tyler for lunch. I should have taken some videos for that, but we started it kind of late, so we only had like less than 40 minutes together. But I got to do the fetal heart tracing and measuring the fetal size, which you start from the pubic symphysis, so basically the pelvic bone, and then you go all the way up to the fundus of the uterus, so until you feel like a dip in the uterus where you'll like basically feel part of the baby's body. You see, what else? Oh, we did an ultrasound in clinic as well. So it's not an official ultrasound, but just if parents are having any concerns and need some reassurance or want to see like the baby movement, we can do that. And prep visits are also part of reproductive health, STI screening. So lots of STI screening was done in addition to like other concerns, but it was a good day. It was a long day, but it was a good one. So now to go home. I did not finish my notes, so I will be finishing them once I go home. Need a little breather. I have so many text messages because when clinic is busy, ain't nothing getting done but me seeing patients, going from room to room and trying to write as much of my note while I'm in clinic as possible, of which I did. So I think when I get home, I only have to work on notes for maybe like, let's say 30 minutes max. Fingers crossed. Cheers to tomorrow, being a good day as well. I think I'm in procedure clinic tomorrow, so I was supposed to be able to do a pap smear today, but the patient actually wasn't due for another one. So if you're 21 to 29, you get a pap smear every 3 years, and then if you're 30 to 65, it's every 5 years. So they hadn't quite hit the mark. So yeah. We love it when before you can even finish your sentence, the doctor says, go eat lunch, go get lunch. Girl, I was just about to say that. Thank you. Working with one of my favorite doctors today. Hopefully there's no respite so I can have hands-on with all the procedures. That would be great. The instruments for the colposcopy are under there. You have some solution, the speculum, and a heating pad, and a pad for afterwards. And this is the bag that the specimen goes in. So, clinic this morning ran over so much. And we didn't have enough procedures on the clinic schedule, so they started adding non-procedural, non-reproductive health things to the schedule. And I will say today a good thing happened. I got to place my very first speculum and actually locating the cervix. I did that because I usually I've placed speculums many times before, but I never quite seem to find the cervix, and I just don't find it. And I always say oh, can you help me? And then the provider actually does it, and I just be wanting somebody to guide my hand. But for this time, it fell into the speculum, which was just perfect. And I got to use the solution to stop the bleeding after the colposcopy as well. So that was very exciting. Clinic did run until almost 1:30 though. So I'm sitting outside eating my lunch, and then I'm going to hop on the bus to go to the next clinic, which started a while ago. But I had to eat because I was actually getting a little lightheaded. And I grabbed some candy from clinic as well that I'm going to eat right now to give me a little boost of energy. I don't think I slept too well last night, but tonight will be better. So yeah, it has been a great day. The doctor I worked with this morning, love her down. And it was just amazing. So I'll give y'all an update at the end of the day because I'm sitting outside. And I always feel weird recording outside. But I want to actually go through the steps of what a colposcopy is, what the screening is, what the algorithm is. I put that up on the screen so that you can see and have a little bit of a better understanding of what it is that I'm doing and why we do this. So, yeah. One of the best things a patient can ever say is that I know you're going to be a great doctor. And that is what a patient said to me yesterday. And it just made me so excited because they were telling me that their daughter is an undergrad and is an aspiring neurosurgeon. So I'm just oh, look, let me put you on game. All the things that we don't know but other people know. Start that research now. Start making those connections now. Use social media to your benefit. Hit up some people on Instagram, slide in their DMs, ask for mentorship. Have an ask with why you want them to mentor you. Look, I'm here. I'm rooting for everybody black, okay? We're going to do this. And so I was so proud of her, and then for her to say that made me so happy. All right. Hey, y'all. I am done with morning clinic. Surprisingly, it was visits that I had not done or seen before. And so afterwards, when I was leaving to head to the next clinic, because I'm about to hurry up and eat my lunch, there's a salad up in there. I don't even know if y'all can see it. But I asked the attending if they had any feedback for me, and they were just I know I threw you in there to do visits you never done before, but I think that you picked up on things very quickly. You're very efficient, and yeah, you were great. Keep it up. And you put in orders proactively. I didn't even have to ask you to do it. Keep doing things like that as a fourth year. And I was oh my gosh, thank you. I love fourth year. These are all the things that I'm interested in, what I want to do with my future career. So love that. And was talking to a different attending while there, and we were just vibing. So now I'm about to hurry up and eat this lunch and then go in to the next clinic for afternoon clinic and then head home. Hopefully we're out early because it's a Friday and it's a beautiful day. It's literally 90 degrees outside. So I found a seat on a bench in the shade and it's still sun on me, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I'm pretty sure there was something else, but I'm hungry, so my brain is lagging right now. We'll come back to this. Happy Monday. Not so happy last Monday of my reproductive health elective. Y'all, I really don't even know what to say. Other than I've loved every piece of this elective. Working with so many doctors can honestly be frustrating at times, but like during this rotation, I've just been trying to soak in all of the many or like the various ways to view different conditions and to perform procedures, how to counsel patients, what's pertinent, what's not. And I can't say this enough. I really, really love fourth year. From breastfeeding medicine to this rotation, it's just amazing. So heading in a clinic, it should be like a 4-hour clinic. We typically always run over. I need to see how many procedures we have. And as always, depending on whether there's a resident with us or not, that will determine whether I do a lot of hands-on things or not. See patients by myself or just be following along. Whatever the case may be, I'm up for it. I'm down for the cause, up for the challenge, and excited, ready to learn, and then go to Endocrine clinic this afternoon, working on some osteoporosis patients, which one of my friends had brought this up that we actually didn't learn much about that in preclinical years, first and second year of medical school. And so I've more recently been getting those questions right, but previously probably not so much because I just was unaware. So I am one who learns by doing. So let me go ahead and get my butt in this clinic and yeah, get the day started. I hope y'all are having a great day. And I'm still the first one to arrive. Look at me. I'm so amazing. Alrighty, last day in this clinic, and ironically, someone had brought cupcakes. I just smashed that cupcake because I am so hungry. The beginning of this clinic, it was really, really slow. People had canceled visits, which never happens. They typically arrive right at 8 o'clock, which is when clinic starts. Today, we didn't have a visit until like 8:40, which again, never ever happens. So it was chill, and I think by 10 a.m. we still only had 2 patients. Then after that, the second half of the morning, everybody showed up. I was just going from room to room. I think I got to stop and drink my water maybe once or twice. By the end of the shift, the last patient wasn't dying, so the doctor gave me the option of whether I wanted to go into the room or not. And I know most students will feel pressure, like, oh, well, yeah, like if a doctor says it's up to you, feels like a trick and you should always go. I don't feel that way, especially like when I know people. But at the end of the day, I do not like writing notes at home. So for those reasons, I needed to go back to the office and write my notes because now I'm on my way to another clinic and I don't have a car. So it takes me longer than the average fourth year medical student to get from clinic to clinic. So I have to go catch public transportation. So yeah, once they came out, they were like, oh, you're still here? I'm like, yeah, I literally just finished writing the notes. Because last Monday or Monday before last, I had like 4 notes to write for them. And I was like, yeah, I can't. So I asked for some feedback and they were like, I think that you're generally really good with like health maintenance and keeping up with the different exams that they need and like the screening for cervical cancer, which is ages 21 to 29, is every 3 years. It's just cytology. from ages 30 to 65 is with co-testing for HPV, and you do that screening every 5 years. And if it comes back positive for HPV, then you have to do a colposcopy, which is taking a biopsy of the cervix. Yeah, so I was good with that. Told me to brush up on birth control counseling. So no one has ever asked me the question that they asked today, which I did think was really good. Because I was like, yeah, we could start with a combo pill, you know, estrogen, progestin, combination pill. And they're like, okay, there are a lot of combinations. Like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, what do you mean? So just knowing that there are different levels of estrogen or progestin that's going to be indicated in various patients. So that's definitely something I could look into. But overall, said that I did a good job, and good luck with residency applications. Cannot believe they're due September 23rd. Y'all, that's less than a month and a half, or it's about right at a month and a half. Insanity, insane business. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but the resident telling me last week to apply downward pressure while completing a pap smear or speculum exam. 8. Found the cervix last week, and I did 2 paps today. Found it twice, both times. One was a retroverted cervix and one was an anteverted. So one was pointing down, one was pointing up, and I'm just so proud of me. Like, last week doing all the things. Yes. I can't say that I know everything that there is to know about osteoporosis, but I can say that I know so much more now than I've ever known before. Probably not things that are going to help me on my Step 2 exam that I'm probably taking. Oh God, I should be taking it like the next 4, maybe 5 weeks, but cross that bridge when we get there. But I know more about like bone density, like why we would give bisphosphonates, and which is one of the treatments, or what risk factors are, like early menopause or family history, or I think any other like malabsorption conditions. So yeah, today was another one. That doctor is super, super nice. And yeah, out a little bit after 5, which is a relief from last week of always being out after 6 or at 6 o'clock. So time to go home, time to study, time to prepare for tomorrow. See y'all then. Okay, it's fine. Shout out to the resident, knowing that I finished my note and they like had to, you know, do their attestation to the note, and then saying like, all right, I'm heading out, and told me I did a good job today. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I'm like, oh, since the resident heading out, so I started gathering my things, and the fellow was like, bye. Afternoon clinic was low-key kind of wild. We only had 4 patients, 2 were no-shows. And of course it was the last one that was the second one to show, meaning we had to sit around and wait. And it was a procedure, so took a little bit of time. Oh, do you see me? Okay, all right, as long as y'all see me and don't hit me while I'm across the street, okay? So essentially, I was studying a little bit, but since it's a workroom, when people just come in and out frequently, it's so hard to truly focus and all the talking, but it's before 5 o'clock and I'm done. So I'm headed home to study, work out, and be in bed and get 8 hours of sleep. Let's give more of an update once I get to the crib, because I got a bus I need to catch. Good morning, y'all. I'm about to walk into what will be my last reproductive health shift at this clinic. This is the clinic where I've done majority of my procedures, which have been amazing, with assistance from phenomenal residents and attendings who love to teach, which as a learner, that is, you know, just splendid. So yeah, when I checked the schedule last night. It didn't look like there were many procedures on there, but I'm hoping like we get at least one pap smear, you know? Just let me do one pap. But yeah, there's that, and we shall see how the day goes. I have been getting my 7 hours. I'm really an 8-hour girlie. But last week I was getting like 6 and less than 6. So I'm grateful for the 7 that I have been receiving. And yeah, it's a cooler day today. I don't usually wear pants. Rare day that I have pants on, but with the sleeveless shirt. Why that bird looked like it was coming straight from my head? These animals be having it out for me, and I don't like that because I ain't did nothing to y'all. But anywho, I update you throughout the day as I go. I may only work half day because I'm scheduled for afternoon procedure clinic, but there were no patients on the schedule. And as of Tuesday, the doctor was like, well, nobody signs up and they'll just cancel it. And last night there were still none. So I'll just go home and study and finish these papers that are due by the end of the rotation. So yeah. It's my last day in this clinic and I've spent the most of my time here. And guess who's running for the bus, but also who asked for a letter of recommendation, and the attending said, I would love to do that for you because you were just so amazing. It's your last day. Come here, give me a hug. And I'm just like, thank you so much. Like literally love them down to the ground. And happy that this was one of my goals for this rotation was to get a letter of rec, and I'm getting it. So hate that it is hot. I'm gonna have to take this sweater off. The security guard warned me, but I was like, I'm so cold. Nah, it's real hot out here. But yeah. Okay, so while my food is warming up, y'all, I am such a creature of habit, and I eat lunch every day at 12:30, but I had to stay later to ask for the letter of recommendation, and my poor little stomach was struggling, but ultimately it was worth it. Before I could even ask the doctor, they were like, is this your last day? And I was like, yeah, because tomorrow's the last day on the rotation, so it's my last day with them. They were like, oh my gosh, give me a hug, like you did so well, I enjoyed working with you. And so we started walking out together, and I was like, so would you be willing to write me a letter of recommendation for residency? And they were like, of course, I would love to write you a letter. And I'm like, okay, great. Do you want me to email you? Because I got all the things I can send. They were like, just send me your CV and your personal statement and anything else you'd like me to include. And I'm like, cool. And before I could give my deadline of I want my letters in, since I'm just now asking, I was going to say like in 3 weeks, because I think applications are due in 5. They were like, I'm just letting you know I'm not submitting it until right before the deadline. I was like, okay, well, the deadline's the 23rd. And they were like, yeah, I know, I've been doing this for years. So like, I was like, okay, cool. And they were like just telling me not to stress out if I don't see it in the, like our Office of Student Affairs, if I don't see it over there, then, but they'll submit it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not about to stress about it simply because I had a letter submitted today. And when I went to check my email, I saw, like, I wasn't even looking for that, but I just saw it on there saying like, Dr. such and such has uploaded your letter to ERAS, which is something application services, something residency application services. I don't know what the E is. But all that to say, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to let the school or anyone else stress me out for that matter, because I'll stress. Yeah, I don't be having time for that. But yeah, super excited because one big goal was like for the specialty I'm applying, I don't have a letter. And I did the rotation so early in my 3rd year that, you know, I don't think that that's representative of who I am right now as a student. And I really prefer to get one from like this rotation with my advanced skills. So I was happy to hear them say that they'd love to write me a letter, because like, who doesn't want to be loved? So yeah, pretty cool. And now finally home so I can eat this taco salad. After, it's so funny counseling patients on like nutrition and physical fitness. I definitely try to eat pretty decent, but you know, eating healthy is so relative, because if you grew up just eating trash and you eat less trash, you'd say it's healthy. I like to say I actually do a pretty good job. I have vegetables with lunch and dinner, and I eat fruit every morning because I make a protein smoothie because, you know, trying to get them gains in. Anywho, grabbing the ginger beer, which, by the way, I think has sparked an influx in acne, even though I've been on isotretinoin for 8 months. Right when I got off, I had an acne breakout like 2 or 3 days later, and then I've had some other breakouts, but I think that's solely because I've been picking at my face, and I know I'm not supposed to do that, but sometimes we do all the things that we're not supposed to do. One patient had me a little bit stumped with what they came in for, and I just love being near in the vicinity of the diagnosis, the differential, and I guess I did, because I love like doing like actually providing a differential diagnosis, right? So let's say I'll write down getting x-ray, and I'll say to rule out all these different things, because that just means that that's what I'm thinking of for my differential diagnoses. So I've gotten so much better at doing things like that because it's a 3rd year. Y'all, I'll never forget my first rotation, and by week 2, the doctor's saying like, okay, you are a 3rd year now, and you constantly are reporting on these patients like you're a 2nd year. And I just look like, what you mean? And they're like, you keep just telling me, you know, just give me the report of what they're saying, but you're not giving me your assessment. And I'm like, so to do that. So now I lead with it, and some doctors want you to be more formal, like 30-year-old male presents with the past medical history of XYZ, and today they come in for this. Here are all the things they said. Vitals are within normal limits. On physical exam, this is what I found. And so my assessment is, some want the formality of soap, and then others are just like, okay, what's going on with this patient? But since I work with so many doctors, even if you come with me on the chill stuff, I'm like, 30-year-old male presents, comes in with a significant past medical history of blah, 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 blah. Vitals are within normal limits. On physical exam, I noticed this, that, and the third. And so for my assessment, I'm feeling like we could do whoop, 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 bam. And even last week when I had a patient, talk so much, my food is cold. Last week when I had a patient, and the doctor's like, oh, let me put these labs in. And they went to check. They were like, oh, you're already on it. And I was like, did that, ate that. So yeah, as a 3rd year, I didn't put in orders. I don't even know if we could have. Technically, I have the same access. And low key, that probably would have made me look like a more advanced 3rd year, at least if I had done it like the second half of 3rd year. But it's whatever. But now I'm definitely preemptive with everything that I do and things that I put in, so that they see that like I am either at level or above level. So that's always nice to hear. So yeah, y'all, let me eat this lunch. And I have so many other things to tell you about procedures and such. Maybe I'll just sit down tomorrow at the end once I'm done with my last shift and give you all the details, all the tea, all the things, but we'll see. Last shift, y'all. They said I did a good job. They said I did great. I'm like practically amazing, you know? And I love that for me, okay? I need to take a picture. Like, it's over and I'm sad.